So we never want to say God caused the cancer or God caused this, right? At the same time, you say, well, but he didn't prevent it, like you said about your cousin. You go, well, he didn't prevent. And so the experience is still like, okay, well, what do we do with this? So the final question is about Jesus, and you've alluded to this already with him weeping, with his death. But I just want you to say it to us again, like, what is Jesus doing in the midst of our suffering?
Yeah, I think it's a really important question because we have to be able to remember in the dark what we knew in the light, you know, remember what's true about Jesus. And one thing that Jesus is doing is simply this: he's drawing near you if you're hurting. He's drawing close. Psalm 34 says that God is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those who are crushed in spirit. You read Psalm 40. He's pulling you out of that pit. Like, there is a cord of hope that's at the bottom of your pit, and Jesus is on the other end of that cord. And we cannot forget that even in our loneliest, like rawest grief, Jesus is there drawing near. So if you're hurting, take comfort that means Jesus is near you. And then the other thing that Jesus is doing, I mean, let's remember the cosmic scale. Like, in one sense, Jesus is forming Christ-likeness in us. Romans 5 says it's in our suffering that produces perseverance, produces character, it produces hope, and hope does not disappoint, right? So he is producing something in us that's good, and only a God who's writing a better story than suffering could produce something good from it, okay? Yeah. The other thing is this, is he is writing that story. He is singing that louder song of hope and redemption and recreation and new creation. And we started with this, but let's remember that he will bring a relentless, regal end to suffering and evil one day. And that's what he's doing. That work has begun now. It began in his ministry, began on the cross, and we are waiting until that comes in full, and that day's going to come. Yeah. And so we can cling to those promises now, even as we suffer.